Guys, this is Tanya. This is my husband Changik.
Hello.
And today we want to make a video telling you guys the story on how we met. So before we get into the video, we would like to invite you to subscribe to our channel, leave us a comment, and if you're interested in our social medias, we'll leave our Instagram down below. Okay, so my junior year in university, I started getting a lot of interest in Asia, and I was really interested in learning Korean or Mandarin, and that was because I was planning to take a sabbatical after graduation and work either teaching English in Korea or in Taiwan.
Okay, so my story was I was actually really not good at English. I failed badly in English exam in high school or in college as well. But one day I was working as a server and I found a kind of a lady that looked like same age with me, but she was super fluently talking with a like a foreign English teacher at the restaurant, and I was really jealous about it, so I decided to learn English that day. Okay.
So where was it? Okay, so around October 2010, I decided to open a profile in my language exchange. So you guys can obviously guess where we're going with this. We are a couple that met online. And yeah, so I opened my language exchange, but I was a student and they didn't have a lot of money. So I added my Facebook profile and I invited people to find me through that medium. And that's how I met my husband. And that's how, yeah.
Yes. So from my side as well, after I decided to learn English, I just wanted to find someone who can teach me in English or some like opportunity to learn English. So I Google searched it and how to find a foreign language friend, and I found the website. So as she said, she was clever that she put her profile, Facebook profile under her profile, so I could contact her without like being a membership of the page. So I contacted her. Actually, she was the only person that I found the profile like I can contact. So I contacted her only. Then later she said there's actually tons of people contacted her.
I got more than like 50 friend requests on Facebook from people that wanted to practice learning languages with me.
Yeah.
So it was really overwhelming and I didn't know who to pick, so I ended up just looking through the pictures.
So yeah, I was lucky enough to be picked, to be chosen, and that was my first time. I didn't even know about Facebook. I created my Facebook account to contact her, and we start talking through Facebook and also Skype when we start like voice chat or like face chat as well.
So the first time we talked was really interesting because he was really not fluent in English. I thought he had at least like a little bit of a basic understanding, but he was not like fluent at all. So he was super nervous, and I remember he was holding like this big bottle of water and he kept drinking water like every so often. He would say like one word and drink water.
Yeah. So I remember when I talked with her, I used to like put the Skype chat on the right side. On the left side, I put like a Korean English dictionary, and more likely like speak to her with the vocabularies. Like I just find like, oh, camera, okay, camera, and okay, camera, buy, okay, I bought camera, something like that. And I was very nervous.
Yeah, I could tell, but I like tried to encourage him to talk more. I was like, okay, just tell me whatever you want to say and I will kind of put it into sentences. And that's kind of how we started talking. And
yes,
we did that a lot throughout the beginning. It was really hard to communicate, but somehow we were like breaking through that. I mean, after we hung up the first time we video chatted, we started just like chatting on Facebook Messenger, and we were doing that like night and day. And the reason we say night and day is because literally like 12 or 13 hours apart.
Yes.
So it was really difficult like to find the time, but somehow we were doing it. It's actually really weird to think about it now, like how we were able to communicate and spend that much time talking to each other.
Yes. So I guess because she used to sleep really late. So she used to be awake till like 2, 3 a.m., which was afternoon time for me. So I talked with her, or I also, that time was like I finished my military and I was kind of in between. Should I go back to my college with my major, and I also wanted to change my major. So technically I was not in school yet. So I was doing part-time job, and for that, like my time was really flexible. So we used to talk a lot in day and nighttime. So my morning, her nighttime we talked,
And vice versa.
Yeah, vice versa. My really late, like I talked with her like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. and then go sleep late. And for her, it was like her afternoon.
Yeah, so we did that for a really long time, and it kind of became custom and close, and we were like, I think not even like 2 or 3 months in, we were already being able to have like good conversations together, and being able to convey like feelings and stuff that we had. The reason we got really close was because he was going through his hardships and I was going through mine, so we were able to connect in that sense as well.
Yeah, we kind of talked more than a year, and also we would like send a gift to each other through shipping for the Christmas, for a birthday, something like that as well.
Yeah, I have one. I have it here. Cute, amor. Cute.
Good.
I'm trying to find it.
You're supposed to prepare it already for the video.
I'm sorry, I have it. Okay. So these are some movie tickets, and he would.
You have to do the blogger thing, amor.
Blogger style. Sorry.
Okay, so this is the gift I sent her. Actually, this is the way. What was this movie name in English?
Something about the memory.
It's in Korean. If you translate it, it's like the eraser in my head. It's a good movie. You guys should watch it.
It says a moment to remember.
A moment to remember. Okay, a moment to remember.
What's your name?
손예진. 손예진 and 정우성. This is a really good movie. But anyway, so I sent her. Actually, I did this. I came up with this idea because I could send it through not a package. Actually, I sent it through the mail, right?
It comes with the USB.
Yeah, so I put the movie, and I find the movie with a subtitle, English subtitle, and I sent to her like, hey, you should watch this movie. This movie is really good. Also, because I knew she liked like a Korean drama movie. So yes, this was one of my gifts back there.
Yeah, and we used to send each other, like, I would buy him clothes because he used to dress a little funny back in the day.
Funny.
It was funny.
I was doing my best.
It didn't match. So I would send him clothes and like letters, and we would we started taking care of each other a lot in that sense. Yeah. He actually sent me a donkey, which I don't have anymore. I think I left it at my mom's house.
Yeah.
But it would dance, and it was meant for me to like look at it and cheer up whenever I was feeling down.
Yeah, I found the doll near subway station in Seoul. I was just walked by, and I found that donkey was dancing super funny. So I thought this must make her laugh, so I got it for her.
Yeah, and he also sent me like this cute mirror from Korea with like for my birthday, and like cute stuff he would send me. So I think we kind of knew we liked each other. Like little by little we were getting closer and stuff, and we eventually started talking about like meeting in person, but we didn't know exactly when that would happen because, as he said, he was going to take his English entrance exam for university in order to change his major, and while I was still in university, so it was kind of, the time was a little bit awkward, not matching.
So I planned to visit her, and first of all, I didn't have money because I was just a part-timer, and I think that time it cost like $1,000. I talked to my sister about her, and she also knew that I've been talking with with my wife now. So my sister offered me, hey, you know what? I just give you like $1,000 as a gift. So you do whatever you want to do. So I bought a tickets, and yep. So before I come, I contacted her mother through the Facebook and her sister pretty much, because her.
This was really common also because when you would video chat with me, they would appear once in a
Yes,
while.
yes.
So he was familiar
Yeah.
with them. Like
I already met her sister, her brother,
Through
her
the
friends,
camera.
her cousin through the camera, her mother as well. They kind of knew me already, so I talked to her sister and her mother because her mother speaks only Spanish. So I told them, hey, I want to visit this and that. I don't even know. And actually, that was my first flight in my entire life. I did it one time in Korea, like in Jeju Island, but that's nothing, like 1 hour flight. So yeah, this was my first flight. I was scared as well, so I told them like, hey, this is my flight, and this is like from here to there, when I'm going to be there, this and that. So we kind of planned it everything. I think that the secret leaked because by the time when I got there, she was like fully made up. Like she was already knew I was coming.
I kind of suspected it because like you didn't tell me you were coming, but he showed me his passport, like,
Yes.
and then my family was acting like really suspicious. And
Yes.
I remember that morning, my sister was like, "You might want to take a shower and like get ready."
Yeah, that's I think actually from her side, like her family, her friends, her was really welcoming, and from my side was I guess also because I'm going. My family was like, is it okay? I know you've been talking with her, but what if they kidnapped you? What if she was like gangster, whatever, like things like that. Even my friends were worried. Now I think about it, it does make sense, but at the time I thought those comments were ridiculous because I knew her. We've been talking like more than a year.
Well, those are legit concerns.
Yeah, but that time I didn't like. I was like, nah. Like I didn't even think about it. But
yeah.
now I think about it, like, oh, that is actually doable. Like somebody can who like scammed over a year, put a lot of efforts, and I don't know, organ sell it or whatever.
Well, anyway, to add to the craziness, that day was like super weird because my family from Monterrey was visiting my house. So when he arrived, it was like around 10 a.m. or 11 a.m.
Yes, he was
to
more.
a house full of people.
Everybody was there.
Everybody was there, and it almost seemed like they were welcoming him or something
Yeah.
like that.
I was being welcomed more than I could expect. More up to the point like this is too much for me. Like I wish it's a little bit less, but more likely much less than this.
Yeah, it was really crazy, and when we finally saw each other, it was a bit of relief at the same time because I think he was overwhelmed with everything that was going around the house and stuff. Yeah, and once we like met in person, it was like a little bit weird, but it felt familiar at the same time, I think. Like we were comfortable enough with each other.
Yeah, we were a little bit awkward at the beginning because like hi, but then I mean it was her that I know,
Yeah.
and same as me, so I think we got pretty much close to each other and kind of comfortable quickly because we've been talking a lot and we shared a lot of things to each other.
We were already super, like you knew a lot
Very
of my
close.
personal stuff.
Yes.
And he knew, like I knew a lot of his as well. And by the way, this was around December. It was right after Christmas.
After Christmas, yes.
So it was the 27th, and then we actually celebrated New Year's together. So we'll show you, we'll put some pictures up of like our
Yeah.
first time meeting and stuff like that.
Yes.
And he stayed at my house for a little bit over a month.
Yeah, more than a month.
Yeah.
Almost 2 months, I think.
Yeah, so he got to go with me to university too. He got to see
Yeah,
it.
yes.
Yeah, we went together and we did some traveling as well. Not very far because we were students and poor, but we went to San Antonio and Austin because I live in Texas, and you know San Antonio and Austin is already pretty much far away, especially
Yeah.
where I'm from. And then when we went to San Antonio, he had always talked about that he loved the NBA and he was a super big fan of the Miami Heat. And my plan was to find like a game that it was like the Spurs versus the Heat, but we totally missed it by like 1 week, I believe, when we checked the schedule. But we still wanted to take him, and we went to watch a Spurs game, and it was really cool.
Yeah, it was good. It was very first time, of course, and yeah, it was really nice. And I was able to see like all the stadium and this and that, because you watch the TV, you never be able to see those things. And I mean, it was really far away. Like it's. I can feel the like vibe in game. It was like very exciting, like things going on and stuff.
Well, at least we weren't in the very top.
Yeah. And like it's to me, because I was Korean, everything was very interesting. Like we ate the nacho. You remember?
Oh yeah.
I still love the nacho.
Those were good.
Yeah, those things. So everything was different, more likely, and first time to me. So. Even though it was not like a fancy or something like that, everything was very fun, interesting, new to me. So yeah, we had a good time.
We also went to the Riverwalk, and we saw the mariachis.
Yes.
Because we couldn't take you to Mexico, so you had to go to San Antonio.
We went to the San Antonio in the nighttime. Actually, they were working the nighttime, and we saw
really
the mariachis.
Pretty.
Someone else hired.
They are always there. Nobody hired them.
She said, we are going to Austin, which is like capital of Texas. So I was expecting like Seoul in Korea. And when we got there, they're like, wow, it's Austin. And I'm like, where is Austin? So even though we were in the middle of Austin, I still couldn't figure it out, because to me it still looks like pretty flat. I was expecting like a New York, I guess. But that's a Texas. Yes.
So after spending a month together, you have to go back to Korea. And that's how we met the first time.
In person.
In person. Yeah, it took over a year, but we met in person.
Yeah.
It was so surreal, to be honest, because you talk to somebody, but you don't know them in person. And when it happens and everything just flows well, it was really, really good. And yeah, that's how we met for the first time. Well, we wanted to answer some questions before we closed our video, because these get asked a lot to us, and they're not a lot, it's only 4. But the first one is, do we live in Mexico or South Korea? And the answer is none. We live in America, in the USA.
Yes.
Yeah. He works here, and I grew up in, I'm from a border town, so technically I was always in both places.
Yeah, both places.
Yes.
Second question is, what kind of food do we usually cook? So I think this one is, we usually cook Korean food.
Korean fusion.
Korean fusion, yes.
Yes.
And sometimes we try to make the like tacos, because she misses it, and
still do.
Yeah, but it always hard part is like a salsa. So we try once a while, but most time we cook Korean food or anything. I guess anything, but fusion as well.
Yeah. Our next question is, what are their ages? So our oldest is Harang, and he is 6. Well, about to be 6. Soon is his birthday. And our second is Hanner, and he will be 3 in December.
Soon as well.
Very soon. What languages do they speak? They speak a little bit of all of them, but mostly English. Harang picked up English from school really quickly, so.
Also the videos
he watches.
Also
the videos he watches, and we talk to each other in English, because even though we do understand each other's languages up to a certain level, like, I don't know, I think we just got comfortable speaking English to each other since the beginning.
We try to teach them all 3 languages.
Yeah, and we are working on it actually. We recently just planned to sit down with them and study every week. Alright, so we're gonna wrap up the video here. And if you guys have any questions or anything you would like to know about, or you want to hear more of our story, how we ended up married and together.
Yes, so if you have anything to share or to want to hear about, please leave a comment, so we will try our best to answer it.
Yeah, okay, and we'll wrap it up now.
Yes, Bye.
Bye.